Here is an excerpt from Chapter 6, entitled Good Times, in the Finding Daisy, From the Deep South to the Promised Land. It takes place in the Deep South about 1910, with Daisy speaking. This particular segment is called Rules of Behavior. "Do it now," was a common refrain amongst our elders. It was drummed into our heads that we should do what we could do today, instead of procrastinating, for tomorrow might present a whole new set of problems and difficulties. In the Deep South, Negroes had to be creative to reach their goals because so many unnecessary impediments were put into our paths, making it hard to live an equitable life in America. Planning, being organized, thinking ahead, doing what you could do proactively, as well as having a whole bunch of luck, were ingredients for having a successful life. But oh, the many rules about what you could and could not say or do. Breaking the rules would result in some kind of unpleasant disciplinary response, ranging from a harsh word or quick slap to more painful treatments. That could be like a tree switch on bare skin, which is called a whooping, to a full-fledged beating, to being locked in a cellar or other dark place for a while. Punishment could include extra chores, withholding of food or water, restriction from playing, or extra homework. Here's a sample of rules we were expected to follow. We were not allowed to use the N-word. We couldn't call anyone a liar. We had to say storyteller instead. We were expected to say, "Be quiet," instead of "shut up." A dually should never say typical low-class Southern expressions like ain't, y'all, or fixin' to. A child could never answer, "What?" when their name was called by an adult, or overheard by an adult if you were answering a peer or an older sibling. The term half-siblings was never spoken about, even if you were one. People did what they had to do back then, and skeletons in the baby-making closet were to stay in the closet. On the flip side, many doolies would use the word commode instead of toilet. And when one was using the bathroom, one was indisposed. Biddy-buddies was a term used when describing noisy and gossiping older women. Heifer was a term for fast girls, never used for a woman who had children. To be deceitful was to be untrustworthy or two-faced, and "she has torn stockings" was a euphemism for being pregnant. There was no talking back or rolling your eyes or arguing with adults for any reason. To do so was to feel the peach tree switch on our bare legs or buttocks, or experience more invasive types of discipline. There was no warning with these violent outbursts, no reminding us about the rules, just an immediate and painful reaction if we transgressed them in any way.